Hello everyone, it's Janae, aka Peach Moonstones, and today I'm here to talk to you about a more serious topic. I'm talking about the American dream and capitalism today. I want to tell you my story about the mindset that drove me out of the US. This story begins with me, a girl that was fed up living in a system that profits off of struggle. So I'm going to tell you about the factors that drove me out of the rat race and into a life that I created for myself in Ghana. I left the USA at just 25 with nothing other than my puppy and a little bit of savings. I left because I was absolutely fed up. I was exhausted with the idea of chasing after wealth and security in a cold, isolating, individualist system. I now live in Accra, Ghana, West Africa, where thousands of Black Americans are also residing. But I stand out for two reasons: because of my age and my decision to move solo. So every single day I get the question, why? Why are you here? Why Ghana? So today I'm going to tell you about my mindset. Today I'm going to discuss the factors that drove me out of the USA and into the life that I'm attempting to build for myself. My burnout with the rat race definitely came early in life. And I believe the main two factors are my field of work and my location. My career as a social worker made me realize how devastating life can be when you slip up or when you're unprepared in the face of tragedy. As a social worker in the US, your job is to provide people with resources to affordable living, education, transportation, childcare, and livable wages so that they can structure their lives and get back on their feet after experiencing incarceration, eviction, and full-on homelessness. When you rent an apartment in Nashville, Tennessee, you can expect to pay around $1,500 for a one-bedroom. And in the same county, Nashville, the minimum wage is still $7.25. So where are they expecting minimum wage workers to live? Figures like this is what caused an influx of homelessness in Davidson County. And for about 3 years, it was my job to help these families adjust, find livable wages, find housing where there really was none. The task of helping people was absolutely a tall order. And every single day I witnessed how devastating life can be when you slip up or when tragedy strikes. And that would radicalize anyone. Now, housing. As a Davidson County resident, the housing market was so egregious that searching for my first home, which should be a fun and memorable experience, actually was the thing that pushed me over the edge and made me realize that I needed to break free of this system. I remember last spring, a lady showed me a townhome that was absolutely pitiful. Now, I had already looked at two places outside of Davidson County. These places, I think one was in Goodlettsville. If you know, you know. They were on the outskirts. That's what I could afford. I'm a social worker, right? Be serious. So the one place that I did get to view that was in Davidson County was a townhome, I think maybe 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms or 2 bathrooms. And it was absolutely pitiful. There was like 2 parking spots, no garage, no backyard. And I'm telling you, the townhome looked like it was made out of paper mache and plywood. It was absolutely pitiful. And I needed, I think, $20,000 down, and the mortgage was like $1,700 or just shy of $1,700 for like 15 years. It was ridiculous. Money or not, the value was low for the build of the home. And the woman that was giving me the tour of the place, she knew that the value was low. And one of the ways that she tried to entice me into buying was by reminding me that this is your first home, this is your starter home, and you can always rent it out and use it as a stream of income later on. This was interesting for me, and I remember thinking, there is no way that I could sleep at night renting this to someone. There is no way that I could live with myself selling someone this home or giving someone something of such low value. I remember thinking I couldn't imagine subjecting anyone to such poor value. So I needed a new plan. I needed to get out of the US. I needed to break out of this cycle. I needed to reimagine a life for myself that didn't involve shucking and jiving for promotions and making just enough to get by or being priced out of living every single year. So I started looking. I started researching into a place that would accept me. I wanted to explore the motherland. I knew that I wanted to enjoy the comforts of a country that has English as its first language because it is the only language that I know. And naturally, I landed on Ghana, and I'm here to tell the tale. Now, Ghana does have its ups and downs, and I will speak on that in a later video. But as of now, Ghana is the perfect second home for me, and I would be honored to get my dual citizenship and buy land and really make this a permanent second home for myself and my family members. Ghana at this point does absolutely feel like a safe haven for me right now. Like I mentioned in my very first video, I paid around $3,000 for 12 months of rent, which honestly made me feel like I bought myself time to think, time to plan, time to reimagine that anti-capitalist life for myself that I mentioned earlier. And in this apartment, I can simply step outside and go purchase organic, fresh fruits, eggs, meats. I can go to a seamstress and get a dress made that fits my body perfectly, made specifically for me. I can get my hair braided. I can go to the pharmacy and pick up medicine, all within walking distance, all without ever stepping into a car. And that's revolutionary for me. And I know that that means a lot to a lot of Americans. The freedom of living in a walkable community where you have access to everything you could possibly need, even the luxury things like beauty care, is huge. And that alone has changed my life. The ability to pay rent all at once in the rest of the year and the rest of my income for the year is up to me, and I'm not stressing about housing. I'm not that looming threat of rent, of overpriced rent, isn't on me every month anymore. And it's transformed my life. It's made me express myself more. It's made me communicate more freely. It's alleviated so much anxiety, and it's given me the freedoms to even build something like a YouTube channel, Janae's Free World. So another factor that pushed me to take this leap of faith is my relationship with God. Ever since I was a little girl, the dog-eat-dog nature of the world has always been very jarring to me. It's always scared me, and it's always felt just too heavy. I remember praying, even as a little girl, for God to give me strength. I remember asking why are things so harsh? Why are things this way? Why are people so obsessed with money? Where is the community? Where is the love? Why don't people care about each other? And one scripture that encouraged me to be strong and walk into this journey is Joshua 1:19. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. This is a scripture that really encouraged me to trust my beliefs and move forward with my plans, knowing that God is with me, and I do not need to fear traveling to a new country. I do not need to fear culture differences. I do not need to fear a language barrier. I do not need to feel restricted on this earth, because this earth belongs to God and no one else. And if you truly believe that, then you can walk in that. So this is a scripture that I took literally, and I encourage everyone else to take it literally. And if you have something on your heart or mind that you want to go after, like I say in all my videos, trust God, walk straight towards it, and know that God is with you as long as you are with him. And I mean that. Also, while making this video, I realized that the background on my phone for the whole last year says, I will create the life that I want. This has been the background on my phone since last winter. It's now February 2025. And this is an affirmation that I swear by. My life is not perfect. There are still things that need tweaks. There are still improvements to be made. But I have absolutely, compared from last February to this February, I have created the life that I am living right now. And I'm extremely proud of it. I'm deeply satisfied and fulfilled. And I encourage everyone to write this affirmation, use this affirmation, journal it, whatever you need to do to implement this belief into your life, and just keep saying it until you can see your dreams come to fruition. Please use it. So just let me know what you all think. Have you ever felt trapped by capitalism? I've mentioned a lot of issues in this video that the average working class American faces, and I am fully aware of the fact that completely leaving the country by yourself is not an option for so many of us. So I'm curious, what do you do to mitigate that stress and that strife of being a working class American? So with that, I encourage everyone to do whatever you need to do to adopt beliefs that will encourage you and empower you to live your most authentic life possible. This is just the beginning. So if you're interested and want to hear more, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, like, share, and I'll be back every week with new videos just for you. Love you. Bye.